It's time for a manga and light novel haul! Yay!
That man and his merch.
Hello and welcome to That Man. This is, well, it's technically some merchandise. How are you guys doing? I hope this finds you well, and today we are doing another haul. You guys seem to love these hauls, and most of this stuff is stuff I've actually read as well. Well, except for the handful of ones here and there, but we'll get on to those. Now, if you do like this, if you do enjoy this kind of content, please leave a like, please consider subscribing, and check out some other stuff on the channel. There's plenty of reviews, mostly for manga and figures, so yay, you will enjoy them. So, question for you guys before we start. I have a lot more stuff on a digital platform. Would you guys be interested in doing a digital manga and light novel haul? Let me know in the comments. But before that, let's unbox. Let's have a look and see what is in this pile of delights. Let's go. First up, we are looking at the Japan haul. So this is the Viva card booster pack for Nico Robin, Baroque Works and Hina, the best marine of all of them. Yeah, so I like these things. All they are, can you remember Fun Facts? Years ago when they used to have Fun Facts where it was just like a little binder and you used to get all these little booster things and put them in and you used to learn about all of the stuff. That's basically what these are. They're just little cards of your favourite characters and stuff like that, and you get to learn all of these cool little things about them. That's all it is. Like you said, I've got this had Hina, Crocodile, Robin, Miss Valentine, Bon-chan, some of my most favourite characters, Mr. Free, Golden Week, Full Body, some of my favourite characters. So yeah, I wanted to get all of that information and stick it and never be able to read it. But it's always nice to get some nice little artwork of your favourite characters. This was pretty cheap. How much was it? It was 390 yen. That was probably the equivalent of about £3. So I can't complain about that. Another thing that happened when I was in Japan is I went to see Piece Stampede, and my god, if you are looking forward to that film, get really excited. Get really, really excited. Except for this guy. This guy's hardly even in it. Absolute fantastic movie. Really, really fun. Definitely worth checking out if you love One Piece. It's got everything. I will do a full review on it, but when you enter, at least when I entered, we got a little free manga with it as well, which made it all the more worthwhile. It's just like a little art book, but yeah, it counts as a manga collection because I'm collecting One Piece Japanese manga, which I will get into in a little bit. It was a nice addition to the collection. I just need to find Film Z and the Film Gold ones, which I did see Film Gold, but it's quite expensive in Japan. Oh well. Next up, we have volumes 1, 2, and 3 of One Piece Party. They also had volume 4, which I didn't get, and I really regret not buying it. This is a spin-off. It is a gag spin-off to One Piece. So basically what it is they do all of these little gag stories. So what they'll do is for example, one of them is the time skip crew invading Anya's lobby to save fake Nami and fake Robin. So it is absolutely hilarious. They basically just one-shot all of the enemies, and Monster Chopper just walks across the whole thing, carries everyone, that just literally save them straight away. It is absolutely hilarious. There is a lot of other ones. For example, Law switches all of the body parts. So we have Chopper in Robin's body and Robin in Luffy's body, and everyone gets changed rather than just a handful. And it is absolutely hilarious. If you love One Piece, even if you can't read it, you can still get a lot of fun out of this. And I really enjoyed reading through it. It was so fun. It was so hilarious just being able to get through it. I really enjoyed it myself. Next up is One Piece Volume 93. Like I said, I do have a lot of... I have volumes 1 to... I think it's like 82 or 83 of One Piece. in Japanese. The reason being is that it was a lot cheaper just to buy it in Japanese than it was for the English ones. And this has shown you how different the world was. So I could buy 2 volumes for the equivalent of 1 English volume. Now, a Viz volume at that time was probably about £6 or £7, and you could get 2 volumes. And I was like, I'm not gonna lie, I was reading scans, and my logic was, I'm reading the scans, I'm buying it to support the industry. Now, obviously, I buy them and I read them on the Shonen Jump app, but I never stopped buying them. The reason being is because these are like half the size of a normal volume, and that just makes things so much easier in order to read them and collect them. So yeah, that was my logic. I'm still buying them, but yeah, to discuss the money, I bought this in a convenience store. I literally walked into a convenience store, a local shop, and bought a copy of One Piece. I didn't have to go to a specialized bookstore. I didn't have to rummage around finding all of these other series. I literally walked in, bought a brand new copy of a new One Piece manga in a local corner shop, and I had a conversation with the cashier about One Piece. That's the difference. And do you know how much this cost? This cost 440 yen. That is about £3.50. I then tried to when I got home, I then tried to find some missing volumes. I couldn't find 91 and 92, which is the 2 I really wanted, because screw you, Viz, and blocking out Robin's face. And they could have cost me about £7 each to buy them. So no longer is it about £3 2 volumes for the price of 1 Viz. It's now the same price or more to buy a Japanese one. Scary, very scary. I think this is because it's eBay and they are charging you a little bit more, but it's incredibly scary. I have found somewhere else that will do the odd volumes here and there, so I'm going to try and just pick up the missing ones from them instead of someone else. But at the end of the day, I'm only missing a few, so if I have to pay a little bit more and get the new ones cheap, that's brilliant for me. So I briefly shown this, and this is Barakamon Volume 18. This is the last of Barakamon. Absolutely lovely series. It kind of dropped off a little bit, but it's still enjoyable. It's one of those series that I kind of feel like I started collecting, and once I caught up, and I was kind of like, oh, I kind of wish I didn't collect this as physically. I kind of wish it was a digital one, and most likely eventually I will convert it into digital, because it is a great series. One that I really enjoyed, but I don't know if I'll go back to it. Around volume 10, in my opinion, it kind of drops off and it never really recovers from it. It's still enjoyable, but not as enjoyable. There's some absolute fantastic scenes in it, but yeah, it's a great series though. I would definitely recommend people check it out. I will do a full review on the entire series in the near future, so get excited and look forward to that. Another one I picked up was Combatants Will Be Dispatched. I'm actually reading this one at the moment, and my god, I am so excited to get into this one a little bit more. Made by the same guy who did Konosuba, and this is Konosuba with spies in space who are actually evil villains taking on the Demon Lord, because there's only room for one evil villain. And the girls are like Wheelchair Faja, Boob Aqua. There's like an android who has his explosion is self-destruct. There's a chimera who likes to eat things and turns into the things she eats, so she's basically Kirby. It even says she is literally just Kirby. And I'm just like, it's ridiculous, it's over the top. It is literally a new Konosuba. So definitely, if you like Konosuba, check it out, and I'll do a full review once I'm done, which I'm going to prioritize this because it's so good. Continuing the trend, I have bought Yotsuba 13, and I've been so excited. I've actually caught up. Sad times. One more volume to go, so yeah. I've ranted and excited about Konosuba for quite some time, so I'm not going into details, but again, if you've not read this, read it and enjoy everything. Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid Volume 8. It's this one came out quite quick. The Elmer Volume 2 is out as well, but I've not actually seen it anywhere. So even Wordery hasn't released it. This is about Kana and her actual real family. Obviously, she's now with Kobayashi and Toru. Not read too much into it, but I'm excited to read more. It's always a great one. I will get it more into it, and I will do a full review because you guys really enjoyed last time when I discussed Dragon Maid. It's a great series, and the manga is it is very special. I don't know where it's going at the moment. It's doing some interesting things, so we'll leave it at that. Next up is Skullface bookseller Honda-san. And my god, this is another one I am really excited to discuss. If you've ever worked in retail, you will enjoy this one. This tells the story of a bookseller who basically has to work with manga. He's in the graphic novel section, and it's all of these weird people who come in. It's very much it's very weird. I want to discuss it more, but it is a brilliant read if you do enjoy this kind of retail kind of stuff. Next up, I don't know if I covered this one last time, but if not, I will recover again, and it is Nurse Hitomi's Monster Infirmary Volume 1. Now, this is another Monster Girl series. However, this is a Monster Girl series with a whole lot of heart more than other ones. It is very much be happy with yourself, be happy with who you are, and you as an individual are validated and unique. Another one I am really looking forward to covering a little bit more in depth. If you don't like ecchi series as well, this one's got a little bit of ecchi at the beginning, but apart from that, it's pretty great. It doesn't really have much of it, but yeah, it's a nice series, and one I would really, really recommend that people check out. Speaking of ecchi series, we've got a few more, and I did cover a series called Triage X the other day, and I wanted to pick up High School of the Dead once again. Now, I used to own this. In fact, I probably still do have this somewhere hidden away. I think I had Volume 1 and 2, and I wanted to reread it because this is a great series, and it's probably considered a classic now. When I got back into anime, this was one of the series I watched when I got back into anime because, yeah, it looked ridiculous, and I was just like, yeah, it looks stupid, I'll try it, and it actually spiraled me really back into anime. While I've always been enjoying iShield 21 and One Piece and stuff like that, I really went off the wagon and kind of ignored a lot of stuff. So yeah, this is a classic now. Fun times. Next up, we have Volumes 1 and 2 of Senran Kagura Skirting Shadows. And I made a mistake with this because I bought Volume 1 and 2 and then realised Volume 3 is out of print. It's also supposed to be terrible. Base Senpai, when I mentioned I picked up, he was like, yes, my worst manga. I do want to do a series on bad manga and if they are as bad as people think they are. Because my logic is try and enjoy everything. So if I can find some enjoyment from some of these series, brilliant. I love Senran Kagura. It's one of my favourite series that I can just pick up and just enjoy. If you don't need to think about it, it's like you turn your brain off and you just get some random ecchi boob stuff. Yeah. I've never actually played. I own the original 3DS game, but I've never really played through it. I really got into the Festival Estus and the Peach Beach Squirty one. So I'm looking forward to picking this up because this is the original story and it's probably a little bit easier. I'm wondering how bad the fan service is going to be because it looks quite bad from the covers, but when I had to flick through, it didn't look like there was very fan servicey inside it, so that's going to be interesting. Or maybe I just didn't see those scenes. Who knows? Next up, we have So I'm a Spider, So What, Volume 6, and my god, this is such a great series that nobody is talking about. I'm working on something special relating to this because when this comes out on anime, this is going to be picked up and people are going to adore it. It's so good. I don't want to get too much into it because this is obviously volume 6. It's going to be major spoilers. But man, the things they are pulling out, the stops they are doing is so great. And it is really, really exciting at the moment. So get excited when I do this and get excited for it. And read it. If you've not read it already, read it. Such a good series. Next up, I haven't read this one, but it's another series I absolutely love. Precarious Woman Executive, Miss Black General. Ah, yes, supervillains being supervillainy. And yeah, this is more of that. I haven't read this one, but I am looking forward to covering this one and the previous volume in a very future review. Because it's another series that's definitely worth reading. Nobody really picked up because its anime really went under the radar, sadly. The final one that I picked up from Japan was Korra Super Volume 1, and I bought this just to kind of see what it was like compared to a normal Yen Press light novel. And as we're going to see, wow, look at the difference in that size, and look at the difference in the, well, it's probably about the same, but yeah, I literally just bought this because I wanted to have a light novel, and I literally just wanted to have a Japanese light novel to see I owned one. And what better one to get would be Korra Super. So one of the things I like is that it's got a nice cover on there, which has got, obviously, like you said, it looks completely different underneath. And then you open it up, and it's got all of the nice little photos and stuff like that. In fact, I think it's actually got more than what was actually in the original Volume 1. And obviously I can't read it, but it still looks so nice. Yeah, I really, really like the look of it. It also came with a Megamin thing. It came with a little Megamin print, so yay, that's cute and adorable. It's actually on to... Oh, this is Combatants Will Be Dispatched Volume 3, so that one's obviously going to be a slow one being released, but... they actually had up to like volume 20 or something like that. It went on for quite some time. Yeah, it was weird. But yeah, that was really more of a kind of I want to own this. I kind of want to have a Japanese light novel to see I've got one. Next up is Korra Super Volume 9 from Yen Press, the English version. Light novel. Yes, it's more Korra Super. It's going to be great. I haven't read it yet, but it's Korra Super. What more can I say? It's a Megamin focused one. It's got a lot of Kazuma X Megamin stuff from the back of it. And I'm really looking forward to reading it. I think we actually get the more details on Chomuski as well, so yay! And last but not least is That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime, Volume 6. Now this one's looking even more... This is turning into just a thick, massive novel. This has got like 360 pages. Man, that's going to be a nice big read. Slime Isekai has been absolutely fantastic over the last few volumes. After the anime stuff, it kind of picks up and it gets very dark, and you can probably check out one of my reviews of it up here somewhere. But yeah, if you've not read Slime Isekai, I'm not going to get too much into volume 6 as a whole, but yeah, it's something very special indeed, and something that I really, really want to read more of, time and permitting. Yeah, it's getting very dark, it's getting very special, and some interesting things are happening. We'll leave it at that. And if you're not caught up, please catch up so I can talk to you about it. at least up to volume 6, so we can talk about volume 6. But yeah, that's it from me. This was a rather large haul, and like I said, some of it was Japanese, some of it was English. But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments, and let me know, should I do a digital haul as well as a physical one, because I am really focusing on getting the digital stuff. The digital stuff's kind of where I'm looking at the moment. There probably will be another haul. I'm preferring to do this mid-month so I can kind of just get the end of August and the beginning of September. Because it works better, because what I was doing before, I was doing it towards the end of the month, and then more stuff was dropping, and I'm like, that's next month, and I was like, well, yeah, so I'm just like August to September stuff, and it means you get it out early, and you get to see what I've been buying. So what have you been buying? Let me know in the comments, and let me know if there's anything I've bought that you are reading and or are interested in, and we can have a lovely discussion over a nice cup of tea. Right, that's it from me. Thank you for coming and thanks again for staying. If you did enjoy this, please leave a like, please consider subscribing, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.